So this is my NXT review, and I would say just a solid show. I would not say that it was not bad. It was just solid. Like you don't need it to be 5 stars, and NXT shows that it doesn't need to be 5 star to be good. Like NXT finally remembered that it had the speed titles, so they had the speed tournament where Lexis King finally won a match and qualified to the next round against Andre Chase. Tavion Heights won his match. I think probably it's gonna be Tavion Heights versus Jasper Troy, and I think they may give the title to Tavion Heights because they clearly see him as a like they see something in him. Though I do think Jasper Troy has just got the title, I think he should keep it for right now. Chelsea Green defended her championship against Sol Ruka, which was just there because they wanted to have her defend her title. Otherwise, it was like the match was fine. You had people getting involved there. Ethan Page got involved. Zarya was distracted with her, so Alba Fire, tried to distract Sol Ruka. Chelsea Green got the advantage and she won and retained the title. And nothing happened. It's just that Sol Ruka just got the pin over Bailey. Don't you want to capitalize on it? In NXT also. Like Sol Ruka is fine, right? So why doesn't she go after the North American Championship? Like she didn't get her rematch. I don't think she even like when she lost her title. Did she even like lose her title because of herself? Like it's like why? Blake Monroe was really good. She was out in her nightgown of everything, and the way that she was like, the way she was speaking, like, give me back the title right now. But even then, she has that fucking like killer streak, like you do not pity me, boom. And then the Thea Hale was very funny, womp womp. Like she like the perfect antithesis of Blake Monroe. Like Blake Monroe is like so sophisticated and everything, and Thea is like crazy, like cry you little bitch. She was, though she did not say that. So that match is happening on New Year's Eve. I think the stuff with Oba Femi and Leon Slater, their backstage interview was good too. I'm glad they still had the sounds from the NXT audience. Like people are just doing their stuff, like saying, "Ah, you gotta do it," and everything. I think Leon Slater does not need to do anything extra. He is Leon Slater. Like on the mic, he like him being British and his whole personality, the way that he is, you don't really need to do anything else with him to have people getting interested in him because he's already a high flyer. But there are many high flyers who are like they're good in the ring but they do not have a personality, and Leon also doesn't have like any like eccentric personality, but it's just that his own unique personality with his British accent is enough. And it was the standard serve that Leon was like, I was the only son in my family. I had to become this. And then Oba was like, your sobs, I appreciate you, but your sob story is gonna end in tears and everything, and that I'm ready. But like every other Oba Femi feud, but you do not need anything else. And this is good. This shows that Leon is coming to NXT once his TNA contract ends. The stuff with Ricky and Javon was good too. I think people would say that Javon, he cannot speak, even like Ricky used it as an insult, but I think it works in his favor because his character is that he's a YN. Because he is a YN, he's a young OG, so it works in his favor. Though I do think when he comes on the main roster, it's going to be difficult for people to take him serious as like a world championship contender. And I think only way that you can have him as a world championship contender if you do like an Sami Zayn underdog babyface storyline that the guy is losing and then he becomes world champion. Because you cannot go into different directions. And I hope they do not call him out. I forgot to mention this in my Raw review that Javon Evans defeated Rio Americano. I forgot to review it there, and it is good. But also one thing that they mentioned, that I think he is free agent or something like that, which in a way is good. They are like getting him in front of these big audiences, having him win matches, getting the people accustomed with him. But I do not think he will be fully up to the main roster till like maybe 2027, because I do think he's probably going to beat Oba stand and deliver, and then maybe have like a half a year title reign where he loses, then he wins it back again, maybe have a heel run also, like every other guy in NXT does before going to the main roster. So I think he has a lot of time there, and though he will still do good on the main roster if he goes there. Like you can straight away put a character like Javon Evans against Dominic Mysterio, Intercontinental Championship feud. The feud would be fun, it would be great, and Javon Evans will get instantly over. But I do think you can take your time with him at least another year, and then have him on the main roster. Because anyways, I think it's time for Oba Femi instead of him to go to the main roster. And Javon insulted Ricky. He was like, I was on John Cena's last show, you were not. I was on Raw and SmackDown, like Pierce and Aldis booked me, you were not. You were not even mentioned on John Cena's show. So, like, essentially, and then Ava was like, you both are gonna have this last time match on New Year's Evil next week. I just hope that this ends this and Ricky goes to the main roster. But I don't think it will happen, because this is his like starting of his heel turn, and I think he is gonna be there. Even he is gonna be there. I think at least until Stand and Deliver, and maybe he'll lose to someone like a Tavion Heights or like a Shiloh Hill. Talking about Shiloh Hill, the toothless aggression, and Skylar Ray had a match against Ariana Grace and Stax, and they won the match. And it's fun. They are fun characters, though I do, and they have done like. I think you have to give it to the LFG guys, and you have to give it to the Evolve coaches. When these guys eventually come onto NXT, they feel like they are made for NXT. They do not feel like, yeah, like, okay, they are undercooked. They do not deserve to be on NXT. They do not deserve to be on like the main developmental show. They do not feel like that. I think the crowd is also a big part of it, that the crowd like gives them the support. They are not like very adverse towards them. They are very welcoming. Like they were welcoming towards Fallon Henley when Fallon Henley had that stupid cowboy gimmick. So but they're good, they're funny, and I like him. Like Shiloh Hill can be another like fun comedy character for the WWE, which can like maybe win like a mid-card title in his like underdog babyface story one day on the main roster. And the other stuff that you had was, what was the other stuff that they had? That is the thing, I forget. After I watch the show, I forget some stuff. But this was the main stuff that they had happening on the show. It was. What am I forgetting? Like I cannot remember things very clearly. Yeah, you had Lola Weiss defeating Izzy Dame with like a discus punch which did not even hit Izzy Dame's hand. And it was because Tatum Paxley came out with a fucking chainsaw. I would have, it would have felt even more funnier if the way that, Sean Spears and Izzy Dame were like running like backwards from her, and she was just like cutting things in front of them with the chainsaw. So Sean Spears, very good acting, ran like he was actually going to get killed out of the, arena. But Izzy Dame, like a stupid person, got scared but ran back into the ring and lost to Lola Weiss. So yeah, probably they are gonna face at New Year's Evil as well. New Year's Evil looks actually very stacked, I would say. And I think probably you're gonna have Blake Monroe win her title again. Like JC Jane is gonna defeat Kendall easily. Yeah, I think it. I think even New Year's Evil is going to be a solid show. It's just going to be about the matches, though. I think the other things that are to be excited is Ricky finally going to the main roster or not. Is Javon Evans and Ricky Sain stuff ending here as singles, or maybe they are going into like a triple threat feud with Oba, maybe for the next pay per view. So let's see what happens with that. Like, what do you think about the show? What do you think about my review? Tell me in the comment section. If you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share it with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/X account and my Instagram account, links are in the description. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is shabboy@okicici, is also in the description. So go donate any amount of money which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.